direct democracy, of course, but starting with a complete change of our constitution so that the people can participate in making this new constitution, so with the participation of the people. And there are many other small citizen initiatives, but they're getting larger, especially now that it's time for municipal elections and later European Parliament elections. And I went to one such meeting where the candidate from such a citizens' initiative was launching himself as a candidate for the municipal elections. And he told us at some stage, after telling us his whole program, that he had invited the media, but nobody turned up. So I just wanted to say that. Thank you.
Has the mayor come or not yet?
We don't know. So, but we can do our own interaction. Please feel free and share it.
Okay.
Share with us whatever you want to say.
Okay. Thank you.
This is really important.
Thank you very much. Yes.
So just invite you to come.
Yeah. Very democratic.
Yes.
Very interesting twist of the meeting. Congratulations. Yeah. Thank you. I would like to react on what we heard as was your experience and obstacles on the way to direct democracy in that hall where we had our conference in your parliament. You mentioned that one of the biggest obstacles, the stumble blocks, are of course the thresholds, the 350,000 signatures, valid signatures you have to collect to be able to initiate a referendum. I even don't know the specifics, whether it's a legislative initiative or passed bill by the legislature, and it's too much really. It's a very high stick to pass over. But if it is encouraging, I can give you even a worse example for you. I mean, it's not the worst situation. We in Bulgaria, of course, we are a little bit more than you, 7 million, you are 5 million, have a stick of 500 million people that have to sign to initiate something. So again, this threshold, again, somehow people in power use these thresholds to reinforce that some people would say the political establishment, not to let people in. And the other one, on the way out of the referendum, then you have this quorum requirement for turnout, 50% plus. I think most of the old socialist bloc countries have the same. Only we Bulgarians, well, I'm Daniela from Bulgaria, member of the Democracy International, also member of the board, but I forgot to introduce myself, sorry. So we have been very inventive. I mean, politicians in my country have been very inventive on this side too. It used to be 50% plus one, but it's now floating. It has to be related to the turnout of political elections. Now it's 60% because the parliamentary elections, the turnout was 60%. And we have cases in which small villages where 90% went to political local elections now make local referendums on important issues. But 80% of the people go to the referendum, and then the election committee and also the court says your referendum is not valid because this is not enough. 80% is not enough to make a decision on the situation in the city. You have to be 90%. So this is absolutely ridiculous. I cannot call this democracy, and we have to abolish those thresholds. Researchers say, with regard to quorum requirements, turnout quorum, they have named this the paradox, the turnout paradox, the quorum paradox, because practice, and there's a lot of practice. The country you mentioned with your Hollywood example, the Magnificent Seven, USA, have 100 years of experience of referendum initiative and recall, and same maybe longer is with Switzerland. So we can, looking back, see whether it was successful, why the political class wants that we produce so many numbers of voters at referendums when you decide one question. And at elections, when you decide everything, because the person you elect is going to make decision on any issue. Nobody wants you to show up in big numbers. Why is that? The official explanation is, well, because we want it to be more representative. We have to be sure that this is the will of the people. But the paradox is that when you have the requirement for turnout, then less people show up at the referendum because they're very much discouraged to go there with the expectation that the referendum will be invalid. Usually countries that set such quorums get lower turnout. It has been empirically proven. I think the only referendum in Italy that didn't have this quorum, 50%, was one had the highest turnout. So we have to abolish these thresholds, and I'm concluding by saying that democracy is procedure, but direct democracy is even more procedure, more detail, and you have to make to be careful about the design, to design it in the right way so that it empowers the people and not the parties. Because now with the 500,000 signatures, 350,000, it is only the parties already empowered structures and people can afford to initiate referendums, and not the ordinary people. The idea of referendum is to empower the ordinary people. Thank you.